The holiday season is often a time of joy, lights, and celebration, but for many, it can also bring a deep sense of absence, grief, and longing. Hosparus Health invites families, friends, and community members to a series of Hope for the Holidays programs aimed at supporting those in mourning. Amy Hill is the Director of Counseling Service with Hosparus. She joins us with more. Thank you so much for stopping by today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course, this could be really tough during the holidays, but why is really community and a gathering place in processing grief really crucial during the holidays?
Yeah. So the thing about grief and loss is everybody experiences it, and the holidays are really hard. So we want to bring that person's memory to the table. We want to talk about them. And so community really allows their memory live on with us. Historically, people have we don't talk about, whoever. And that's painful. It's painful. And what we find is talking and sharing and bringing that person's memory with you to the holidays as you kind of navigate your new norm is comforting and really, really great for the grief journey. So we encourage people to talk about their person, say their name, and really have them be a part of that, what that new norm looks like.
Yeah, of course, today is Thanksgiving, and this is a time where a lot of families get together. And of course, there might be someone missing from that table this year. And so that's why you're introducing these Hope for the Holidays series. So what does that kind of entail, and why is it so important?
Yeah, so we know it's hard. It's sad, and honoring that sadness is really important too. We have this series called Hope for the Holidays, and they really are right around all the important holidays at the end of the year. So we've got Thanksgiving, Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate, and New Year's, and each group kind of correlates right with those holidays. So we have different ways that we talk about it and celebrate and really honor that person. So again, talking about it, not avoiding it. That's what we want to do. And grief work is really allowing people to talk about what's going on.
And what I like too is that you kind of tailor these programs. So, a child could come to a class like this, someone who has been married for 50 plus years could also come to these. So how do you kind of tailor that?
Each of these sessions has different activities that we're doing. So for the Thanksgiving one in previous years, we've made different candle fixtures that are really celebrating that person that's not at the table. I know people struggle, do we have a chair at the table for that person this year? And yes, you can. Or you can have a table or a candle on the table that you light every year to honor that person. Children love coming to our groups because they're fun. People think, oh, grief group, it's so sad. But no, we actually have a lot of fun, and it's really important work that really all ages do with us.
And you kind of mentioned, going to grief group. That sounds so sad, and it is kind of off-putting for people, but why is it so important to find that community and know that you're not going through this alone?
What we know about grief is one of the best ways to feel some relief is to not do it alone. So yeah, community is really important. For example, we have so many spouse loss groups that are running throughout the year with us, and we keep adding them because they are so full. Because so many types of loss, in particular spouse loss at the holidays, is really, really difficult. And we have heard time and time again from the folks in that group that they are finding their people in that group, and they're finding others that have experienced almost the exact same thing that they've experienced, and it feels not so alone.
Well, if people are maybe interested or still kind of hesitant to sign up for this class, what would you kind of say as some words of encouragement to reach out to Hosparus?
It is scary. I want to just kind of acknowledge that. I always am impressed with people that call us. Most people have never had any kind of counseling in their life when they call us.
This might be the first time ever.
It's the first time ever for most people, and that's scary. And one, I want to say we're really nice, so call us. If you have questions, we're happy to answer any questions, but just come and try it. What we find is people come and they're like, oh, this is like just hanging out with some friends. This is not scary. It doesn't feel like clinical or whatever. We're not diagnosing you. It's really just people like you that have, you feel all alone, and you hear them tell their story and you're like, oh my gosh, I could have said the exact same words. That feels really good for people to experience somebody saying the same thing they experience, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm not alone in this.
And, maybe even have some new friends
Yes.
that are come out of this too. Well, Amy, thank you so much again for stopping by today. So again, if you are interested in learning more about all the services that Hosparus has to offer, just go over to hosparushealth.org.